Good evening, everyone. Happy birthday, Libras. Beautiful
Yes.
Libras.
Well, your daughter is a Libra, isn't she?
Yeah, yes, she is. How are you? How are things there?
They're looking quite good. Yeah, quite good.
Are you serious? Because what we see in the press here, it's the complete opposite of what you say now. Because they showed us from 8 a.m. this morning, so that was 9 a.m. in UK, that you guys have no milk, no meat, there are no deliveries, no groceries and stuff. So you're
Well,
basically starving.
no, there's no problem with the stores over here. Every time I've been, sometimes one or two shelves are empty, but that's about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's very exaggerated what you're hearing, I think.
Yeah, because according to, well, the source that was, basically the newspaper that I read this morning, Boris Johnson decided to do some measures against migrants, and there are not enough transportations now, so that's why you guys are not delivered, and there's no food left.
Yeah. Well, the situation is worrying, but it's okay at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
I try not to buy into the fear.
Well, if you need some goat milk, I can send you some fresh goat milk. I always have some, and some cheese and eggs and stuff. I always have everything that I need here, so.
Well, I'm trying to get hold of some pigeon milk.
Oh. Okay. Oh, that doesn't exist. That doesn't. Maybe the eggs, but I'm not sure they're good. Yeah.
Homing pigeon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the eggs come back. Okay. Well, I think that's enough for politics for tonight. Let me just close that box. Right, we are recording. Yeah, we've been recording since we said hello. So I've heard that things are difficult in France, but that's another.
There's nothing difficult. What is difficult?
That's another subject. We'll leave that. Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll get.
No, it's fine here. Everything is fine. Everyone was enjoying their Sunday today outside in the sun. It was a very beautiful weather yesterday and today. Everyone was going at the beach. Some people would, take a plane, and they would use parachutes. So we don't know how to spend our hobbies, like, in a very nice way. And I don't know what's hard, but you heard wrong.
So we'll leave it on a very positive note then.
Yeah,
it's very positive. I won't go into anything that I've heard.
Yeah. Right.
So let's start the meeting. All right. So welcome back to the second week of the second year. Yes, of the spiritual journey. And can you remember what we looked at during the first week?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Don't worry. We took a brief look at different types of intelligence and the centers. I'd like to continue this week by looking at different frequencies the planets vibrate at. Yes. Do you remember we spoke of different frequencies last year? The music of the spheres, the music of the planets.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Now, there are many links available on the internet. If you type into the search bar the words, the musical note of each planet, one such link we can look at is which not only gives the musical sound of planets, but also the musical note of different organs, is It's called greatdreams.com. Yes. Now, the link will be on the show notes, let's call it, yeah, on the PDF. Now,
Yes.
if you remember last week, we looked at the centers and words and colors that go with the frequency of different organs. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So yellow energy for the emotional center. It comes from the heart. It deals with understanding, gives the condition of being alive. Yes. If your heart's beating, you know you're alive. Yes.
Yes.
But it also gives the condition, mainly the condition of being active. Yes. Because the heart is always active. Now, to do with the ability of mediumship, and it promotes constancy. Yes. So we'll talk about yellow. We can also attribute different frequencies and colors to different religions, as we talked about last year. Example, a cool blue for Christianity, or a hot red to Islam, yes, etc. Now, I do have some personal beliefs, and perhaps you would like to consider them whilst we're on the spiritual journey. Yes, I believe in a creator and the living universe. Also, that there is the possibility of continuance after the death of the physical body. Yes, you too may come to these beliefs through a spiritual logic, in the way of the spiritual journey. So this week, we will look at the meaning of the planet in relation to different types of intelligence and the frequencies of those intelligence types. For instance, it is easy to see that a sports teacher would vibrate and have a sportive frequency. Yeah, I mean, that's quite logical. Yes, a biology teacher's frequency would be different, as would a science teacher, but they would all have the frequency of a teacher. Rather, like each planet is the teacher or custodian of a given frequency. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at the meaning of the planets again. There are many links to look at on the internet. We'll look at the link provided on the video text, yes, horoscopes, yeah. Like I say, I'll be on the text notes. Now, number one, the sun, yes, the frequency of that is the self-awareness and ego. And the moon, inner emotional life. Mercury, communication. Mars, assertiveness and aggression. Venus, yes, Venus for Libra, love, beauty and money. Yes, sometimes the love of money is overriding. Now we say Ceres, the planet Ceres, food, agriculture and family relationships. Saturn, responsibility, time and routine. Yes, that should be good for you. Yes, as you're a Capricorn,
Yeah.
under the ruler of Saturn, so therefore you would be very responsible for your daughter. Yes. Now Jupiter is about luck and opportunity. Uranus, individuality and revolution. Neptune, dreams, healing and intuition. Pluto, sex, death and transformation. Yes. And then perhaps we can add to this earth, yes, which is the four elements and their meanings, yeah. So do you remember what the four elements are?
Yeah, I do. Water, fire, earth, and air. I have a question. You didn't mention Mars.
I didn't.
Yeah, that war. The warrior, the artist, or you mentioned.
Okay. Okay. I thought I said Mars, assertiveness, and aggression.
Oh, you said it. Oh, okay. Thank you. So sorry, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
There's no need to be sorry. Yeah, that's a long list. Yes, and there's,
Yeah, it's
I've got 12 on that list.
okay.
So forgetting one is not a problem. So
Yeah.
what we can note is that the frequency of each planet causes in us a different intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that these frequencies and intelligence vibrate in our bodily parts and give us connection to everything in our solar system. Or from a flat Earth point of view, our earthly system. Yes, because all the planetary luminaries from the flat Earth point of view are within our earthly system. Yes, in which all the heavenly bodies circle around a flat plane of the Earth. Now, astrology has been considered from a flat Earth point of view for at least the past 5,000 years. Yes, so with all these frequencies, each individual can live according to their own free will and develop the intelligences that they feel comfortable with and necessary to achieve short-term and long-term development. Yes, when we are born with a whole cocktail of frequencies inside us. Sometimes I say it's a Harvey Wallbanger, but that's the extreme. Unfortunately, though, we know that a young child becomes dependent on its mother and father from an early age and adopts the frequency of their immediate family, and then becomes dependent on their education, job, career, and mostly ignore all that is natural around them and in them. Yes, because for the education, for example, all the boys are going to play football. Yeah, they're not going to be tuned into their inner lives. They just want to manipulate the ball. Yes, luckily, the truth of the spiritual journey is much stronger than the lie. Yes, which is accepted by many. The lie that the career, religion, a nice house, and a family is all there is to life and all you need.
No, it's not just that. It's important, but it's not just that. Yeah.
It's important to have a certain level, but not to kill yourself for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as we saw with the list of 9 intelligences, as you may recall, spatial, naturalist, musical, logical, existential, interpersonal, bodily kinesthetic, linguistic, intrapersonal, existential considerations, and then you've got spiritual, esoteric, occult, moon, planetary, sun, celestial, existential is a mix of all the above. Yeah, so you've got all of that. We also see that we have 9 major planets, including the sun, and their frequencies, intelligences are received on Earth in this great mixing pot, which can be called the Empress of our solar system. Now, there's a reference for that, and that is
The tarot card.
oh, Yes, glad you said that. Yes. Tarot card number 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another title for the would be the Great Mother.
Yes.
Yes. So you can have a great mother and a great father, the sun and the planet, the Earth. So let me just show you just a little bit about this card. Now, as you can see, the Empress is clothed with golden fabric of the sun. You can see she has a connection to the planetary mind, represented by the eagle. The thread holding the eagle passes by her connection to all the planets, here seen in the symbols of Saturn and Venus. She has a strong, transient way about her and measures everything with insight and clairvoyance. Her wings denote the realms she deals in, the astral domain, and the left wing, and the ethereal domain, the right wing. So for further details, you can have a look at your book or go to the Versailles tarot.com, or even the Versailles Facebook group. Yes, and that's always open. Because these cards are the Versailles. Yes, we now call these cards the Versailles Tarot Pack. So, and if any question you've got, you can go to the Facebook group. Yes. Now, don't forget, all the centers have a center not only in the body but also in the brain. Yes. In fact, the brain holds all 5 frequencies in one brain and is the visible organic lower part of the celestial level consciousness, so above solar and star level. Thus we can see the as above so below idea in the microcosm too, the macrocosm being the universe, or at least for us the galaxy. Now, if you wish to take a further to look further, a link is provided for planetary harmonics and neurobiological resonances in light, sound, and brainwave frequencies, including the translation of sound to color. Yes, and there's a link for that on the show notes, let's say, which will be on the Thinking Thick member site. Now, you could also consider the energy to each center and the corresponding planetary energy frequency or vibration. Mars, the moving center, Venus, the sexual center, Pluto, the sexual as well, Mercury, the thinking, the moon, lower emotion. Yes, and these are the centers which are in the body. Saturn, the instinctive. Yes, so I should imagine that you are a very instinctive lady. Yes, and I was born on a Wednesday, so that's ruled by Saturn too. So I've got Saturn instinct, if you like. Now Uranus, that's instinctive. Jupiter, emotion, higher and lower. Neptune, the higher emotional center. The Sun, the higher and lower emotion. Venus, the lower emotion. Ceres, emotion. Mercury is a thinking earth, is the emotion. Now, one can also note that different planets are associated with a different emotion so that they can power the emotional center. Same for the other centers, they can all use their energy to power a center. Yeah, so the Sun is the emotions, it's all-encompassing. You may know some poetry, as in the blackness of the eternal night encompassed me. Yes, Edgar Allan Poe. The moon is engaging, the Mars passionate. Yes, Mercury impulsive, Jupiter focused, Venus sympathizing, and Saturn fathering. Yes, but it could also be mothering. Yes. So that's all for this week. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And I think everyone enjoyed this video just as much as I did, so maybe even more so.
Okay. Well, it'll be up on YouTube and in the Thinkific group with the text and the links.
Okay.
So that's it for this week. I'll see you on the 17th of October.
Okay, I'll see
Yeah,
you.
for the third week of the spiritual journey, second level. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
don't go away. Don't go away.
Okay.
Say goodbye there.
Bye everyone, and happy birthday, Libras. Have a wonderful time and a lot of fun for your birthday. See you all next week. Bye bye. Have a wonderful
Bye
week.
bye. Okay, so let's just bye everyone.